welcome to Towan Talks. This is going to be my deck profile for my machining Megacolony deck. For those of you who don't know, Megacolony is a very controlling clan, and this is the single most aggressive archetype for the deck and clan in general. So without further ado, I'll just run straight into the deck, show you what different cards I'm running, and so you can see my build. Going in from the grade zeros, we are running as our starter machining Little B. Okay, so this guy, kind of weird from Megacolony starter. He doesn't actually have any stunning effects, which is really weird for the clan in general. But this guy's skill is you hop into your soul, choose one of your machining Megacolony rear guards and stand it. This is useful for a couple of different plays, which we'll get to later when the other cards pop up. As this is the machining deck, I am running the machining triggers, almost all machining triggers. We have the 4 machining heals, because need machining counterblast, need machining units. Running 4 machining firefly, which is the effect crit for machining. Skill for this is counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's units and stun it, choose one of your units and stand it. Really simple, really useful. It helps you maintain momentum and allows you to use machining stag beetle a little bit better. Running 2 vanilla machining crits. Then 4 vanilla machining draws, and 2 of the Margle clone draw, which is Pop into Soul plus 3k. Only running the 6th draw because the deck is very combo heavy. You need to have the combo pieces set to be able to make the deck function. So running draw triggers so you can hit your combo pieces a little bit quicker. I generally wouldn't recommend draw triggers in any deck that does not need to hit combo pieces, just because they kind of don't add any value in the current state of the game. Going into grade 1s, running 3 of the Unflipper Perfect Guard and 1 of the Dark Device Perfect Guard. This is just personal preference. Don't find the deck counterblast that much, so I don't really need that much unflip for the deck in general. And I really like this card just because it can be used very aggressively and can bounce back if you hit with any of your units if it's in Dark Device. So this is just how I like Perfect Guard, so yeah, not much else I can say about it. Last non-machining cards in the deck are, well, in the main deck, are the Stride Fodders. Okay, the deck is very stride reliant, so running 3 Stride Fodders, trying to make it so you can stride that little bit more consistently, as we are running the 8 grade 3s. 3 Stride Fodder just helps the deck along quite a lot. Okay, next card I'm running is a bit of a controversial choice on my part. It is for machining Cricket. This guy is just because I really like the control element that the deck can have. Its skill is act, rest this unit. If you have a machining vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, stun an opponent's rear guard, and this card does not stand during your opponent's next turn. This is where a wonderful starter, machining Little B, comes in, because it basically lets you get 2 stuns off for the cost of 1 with this guy, which makes it a little bit less costly. It's really good for slowing down your opponent's momentum, and that's the main thing I want to do with this deck: slow down your opponent as much as possible so you can pick up steam yourself. Next up, running 3 machining Caucus, because yet again, more stunning, more ability to slow down your opponent and allow you to pick up your own steam. Okay, that's it for grade 1s. Going on to grade 2s. We're running 4 of the Legion mate for the deck, because we are running the machining Tarantula Legion. This is for machining Hornet Mark II. Its skill's kind of irrelevant, because it's when it's placed in rear guard circle, if your vanguard is in Legion, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and stun it. You're using it for the name, you're using it because it legions with the Tarantula. You don't care about this skill. It is generally just a ride target, so no need to worry about that. Okay, now this is kind of a weird choice. Most people would say, what on earth are you doing by doing this? But only 3 machining Mosquito Mark II. I have quite a few reasons for this actually. Because stand triggers are quite prevalent and Gear Chronicle are a thing, you're generally not going to get this guy's skill off anyway, because if they hit a stand, this guy becomes 9k vanilla. If cards come back from time loop and all your opponent's units are at rest, it's a 9k vanilla. Why would you just run a card that's going to be 9k vanilla most of the time at 4? When you go draw into this and this goes off, it is far and away one of the best cards in the game. However, it just doesn't go off often enough. Like, it doesn't go off often enough to justify running it at 4 anymore. Like, I used to run it at 4, but now there's no real point. Instead, I've bumped this guy back up to 4, which is the 12k attacker. Like, being more aggressive early has gotten better, and because of stand triggers and starters that do not go behind Vanguard, this guy's not as good. This guy's gotten better. So, nice, simple. This guy is just a load better now. Alright, moving on to grade 3s. Like I said before, we are running the Torrential Legion. So, place it at this guy. Skill quite simple. Start from the bottom. Act, Soul Blast 2 machining cards, stun an opponent's rear guard. Basically, it allows you to empty your soul of it and the Legion mate for Legioning back into the deck after you've reridden it. And its Legion skill is Counterblast 1. When you drive check a copy of this or its mate, stun your opponent's Vanguard for Counterblast 1. That's the whole reason you're running this, for the Infinite Legion loop, and to basically stop your opponent from being able to do anything. Now, this is the single best card in the deck, which I'm so happy has got a new artwork reprint because it looks so much better. Machining Stag Beetle. Most people would be like, why on earth are you running this card? It's a 10k base. What about all those decks that can hit 20k columns? You really don't care because this card pluses you 2. You ride it, you get 2 cards on the field that will have machining in the name, which is extremely important for Machining Destroyer, which is one of the most powerful strats in the game, and that's why you're running this guy. This guy makes Machining Destroyer so much easier to get off. And not to mention, if you're playing against a rush deck, you can drop this, get 2 cards out, and then this guy's stupid huge because of his skill, because it calls out 2 units at rest and it gains power for both those units, which is kind of huge, and basically it makes it 25-26k on its own, which against grade 2 is kind of massive. But yeah, it's just there to plus 2 pretty much. Now going into G-Zone. This is the single best card in the deck, like hands down. Because of Stag Beetle, this card is god among machining cards. It's Counterblast 1, stun an opponent's rear guard and their Vanguard. That is bonkers, because yeah, it's got some limitations. The Counterblast you have to use has to be machining, and you have to have 4 machining rear guards, but that's worth it because you're just gonna go, okay, you can't do anything with your Vanguard for a turn. Unless you rewrite, and then you're minusing 1. And if you don't rewrite, you're minusing 2, 3, depending on if you would stride or not. It basically just limits your opponent, stops them from doing pretty much anything. And once you've reduced their cards enough from repeated stunning with this guy, you then basically go into this, and if it hits, you pretty much win the game, because this guy's dumb if it hits, horrendously bad if it doesn't. In some matchups, you want to just slow the pace down, so this is for your matchups against Grand Blue, Hollowed, so your Night Rose matchups, your Magia matchups as well, anything which blows up their board and needs to call another board out. On a single copy of this, I may actually just do a bit of a swap, drop one of the stuns out and put in an Obitorandus, just because this guy's really good. Like, he's got a very unique ability to stop cards being called, so may as well bump him up. But yeah, right, in one Parasphere, this is just to make your mosquitoes live in the matchups where you know you're going to be able to use your mosquitoes, but they're just not live at the moment. Running one Staggle Dipper. This guy just makes your deck hit numbers. Pretty much all there is to it. It just helps you hit much better numbers. Like even if you've got 2 cards rested, it turns your token attacker at 7k booster into a 21k column. Can't complain at that. And 1 Blizzard just because deck has issues hitting numbers on Vanguard, so just in case you need to hit a really high power number because you know that they can't guard it, they're at like 4 or 5 damage and you just want to push it through. That's the only reason that's there. Unfortunately I do not have my Dismals in this deck at the moment because I can't find where they are, but I'm wearing 2 Scarabs because of that and 2 Gross Fort. Scarabs, if it's got 2 rested units, it gets plus 5k, and this guy, Counterblast 1, rest your opponent's back row, so kind of defeat flare but not really. Then gets plus 5k for each 2 rested unit your opponent has. So that's the deck. I will be doing a combo video later on, which will be going up at, I believe, the day after this one. And also gameplay videos will be coming out as well. But as far as today goes, that's it from me. It's Town Talks. Peace out.